We got Bakari Bronze Agaro, also known as Mizzy. How you feeling, my brother?
Oh, man's feeling good still. Bit tired, bare busy, planning, articulating, formulating plans.
We're gonna get into that, man. Because I see you just be busy on the phone and shit, phone calls, all of that, man. You've been putting in that work.
Putting in that work. People don't see behind the scenes, they just see what they see in like on social media or in real life. But guys, big things are coming.
Definitely, I can see it, man. But bro, I want to know about you. How was it growing up? How was your upbringing? I believe you're born and raised in Hackney your whole life.
Yeah.
How was it just growing up in
Muhammad and
Hackney?
B. How's it growing up in Hackney? Essentially, it's the hood. Hackney is the hood. Like growing up, you always had to rather do something to make money, or the system will come for you. You have to go to school. You have to do this. Like that. That's when every ends. But essentially in Hackney, everyone is just out to get you, bro. Whether it's the mandem, whether it's the police, whether it's your parents. Like you always have to one up yourself to overcome all of these like fears and all of these problems.
No, definitely. So how was it? How was it growing up as a child in your household as well?
Growing up, yeah, me and my mum, like obviously it was only my mum in the house, innit? So I was raised in a single mother household, single parent household. My mum, she done her best to, yeah, provide for the house. Obviously I lived with two other sisters whilst I was young until about 11, 12, and then both my sisters moved out and it was just me and my mum at the house. By the time this happened, I was fully into social media, so I started when I was 8. So for the next 3 years, when I was 11, I started banging out videos. They were doing decent still. They were actually doing decent for me being young, but I didn't even know what to do with so much traction and fame. So I just like kind of subsided it, but I was still posting. I deleted that channel because I was kind of ashamed of it. I don't know why I deleted it. It would have been good.
What was the channel about?
It was about like reviews, just opening like toys and stuff.
No, that's actually a nice little niche, bro.
It was a nice niche, and I don't know why I deleted that channel because the views were popping. Like every video had at least 40, 50k views, and at 9, 10 years old, that's a mad thing.
That's it. Like I guess to drop around that age, that's when you transition to secondary school, where you kind of like thinking, oh, what are people gonna say when I hit secondary school? Thinking like looking at me opening toys, like.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was, bro. Before I went to secondary school, because I was so fussed about school. When I was younger, I was so fussed about school, like transitioning from primary to secondary. I was just like, bro, bare man, there's gonna be bare older kids. There's gonna be bare kids just looking down at me because I'm just a little year 7. I don't want to have this like reputation of being a toy reviewer. But now, if I could go back and change it, I would have still had that channel up because it just brings memories and people could look back and be like, rah, this is what Mizzy was doing before all of this nonsense.
Nah. That's nice to hear. Because it looks like you've always been on a social media thing, man.
Because obviously my sisters, they were in a gang, innit, yeah. So I didn't want to replicate that outcome for myself, innit. Because obviously there was 2 ways I could have went. If I didn't do social media, I would have been in a gang.
Definitely not. I'm happy you took the other path, bro, man. It makes sense, even despite the controversies, man.
To me, controversy is just, it adds to social media, bro. Controversy sells, the media knows it, everyone knows it. Like, bad things, I don't know why, but the bad, hateful things, they always blow up more than good, positive things. It's like the media don't want to showcase the other side of reality.
To be fair, I was hearing that, like, humans have a negativity bias, where we tend to focus on a lot of negative stuff, because back in the caveman days, something negative is something that could kill you, whether that's an animal, whether it's like a berry or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah, obviously fear is installed in all of us. Like you see police when they go down the road and they turn on their sirens for no reason, and then the lights and there's the sound, and like, what if you're one of the man them on the road, you got something on you, you got loud on you, you got a knife on you, something, you're gonna get scared instantly. You're gonna think, oh, they're coming for me. I've been there so many times with like some of my guys, because some of my guys are affiliated to certain things, and obviously police will go by and every man's getting scared. They're trying to hide their stuff because they're worried. It's all fear factor. It's all about fear tactics, and that's how the police get you.
No, definitely. So how's your time in school? Because I was hearing you got kicked out of school like 3 times.
No, I got kicked out of school 5 times still.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, man.
That's once every year, bro.
Once every year. Now, it literally was once every year. Every academic year, I got kicked out of school.
How did that happen, like?
Obviously, I was probably one of the smartest people in like every school I went to in the year. I was probably one of the smartest people in it. So obviously, the school wanted to keep me on for GCSEs, like because when you do good GCSEs, you get paid. The school gets paid more through like offset and all that. I don't even know how it works, but they get more money the higher the grades. So in year 7, I must have got kicked out for my friend gave me a BB gun in it. And I'm in this class now, innit? Music class. I remember the lesson exactly. I was in the music class now. And there's just some youth chatting bare nonsense to me. So I must have backed out the BB gun and I shot him in his thigh. And he started crying. He ran to the head teacher. Like, he ran outside the class. He ran to the head teacher's office. Started snaking on me instantly. Head teacher's come now. And she's literally like, let me talk to you. So we've had a conversation. And I'm just denying everything. I'm like, it's not mine. It's not mine. Someone gave it to me. It's not mine. It's not mine. Then they've done CCTV now. And I got caught red-handed, literally shooting the guy.
Wait, they got CCTV?
In the classrooms.
In classrooms?
In the classrooms.
Fucking hell, man. I don't know what for you young G's, man. Oh, man.
Well, reality is an illusion.
So, about the other times, because like, why do you think you were kicked out of school so much, actually? Why do you think that was the case?
Because I was just a rebel bad breed, bruh. Like, essentially, I was just doing whatever and anything, innit? Like, I didn't really care. Like, no teacher could tell me nothing. And if any teacher told me something, it would have got rebutted. And there would have been, like, some next debate, next argument, and then I would get sent out. Detention, exclusion, every minute. Detention, exclusion. I never went to my detentions. So it was just a thing where it was just exclusion. I come back from exclusion, same thing happened, and back to exclusion. But they done it so much times to the point where they were like, do you know what? We're not going to permanently exclude you. We're going to manage move you. And basically, that's like just moving me to another school without me being permanently excluded. So it's like a move. So obviously, they've moved me now to Sk1tz Academy. Now I'm at Sk1tz now. This is at the end of year 7. And I'm on a 6-week trial there. I was actually behaving in that school. I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to take this seriously. So I've took it seriously now. And there's this girl. So this is like in the holiday times. I think this was May holiday or whatever. I'm with this girl now, and she's dashed salt in my hair. Obviously, my hair was long at the time. So she's dashed salt in my hair, and I've come back now, and I've dashed salt back in her hair. She starts crying. So I've filmed it, innit? I'm like, why are you crying? Like, now literally, because she's dragging it, because she dashed it in my hair, and when I do it back, where's the double standards?
No,
so,
it's because you filmed it, innit? That's a boy. Still. That's a boy. I can't, man. That's a boy, innit? Still.
Obviously, I wasn't going to post it. I was just filming it for the sake of, like, look what you're doing. And obviously, she was with her friend, innit? And them two went back to her house, and her friend told her mum what I'd done. Not even her friend told her mum. And her mum was bugging out. But obviously, me and her mum and my mum, they know each other for a long time. So it was kind of a snaky movement. But she's called the police now, and it's like, yeah, his name's Bakari. He's go to Sk1tz Academy. He dashed salt in my daughter's hair, and I get arrested for assault.
Fucking hell, bro.
Yeah, then once I got arrested for assault, I got kicked out of Sk1tz. They brought me back to Stokey, and Stokey permanently excluded me. So I didn't get permanently excluded from Sk1tz. I got permanently excluded from Stokey, and Sk1tz just moved me back to Stokey.
So with you being kicked out of school so many times, do you feel like there's a way that you could... Do you feel like if the teachers changed the way they taught you, or if someone was more attentive to your needs, do you feel like you wouldn't have been kicked out so many times?
Yeah, because my last school, Boxing Academy, I went there in year 10. I lasted there for year 10 and year 11. I done my GCSEs there and passed them all. But
all of them?
Yeah, I passed all my GCSEs. Like, in that school helped me a lot because the classrooms are smaller. There was actually a tutor and a teacher. So there was a teacher teaching you. Then there would be someone in the class just like checking over everyone, asking if you need help, whatever. And the classes, there's about 8 people in the class. 8, 9 people. So it was literally, it could be one-to-one learning. Instead of 30 kids in a class, everyone's talking, everyone has their own altered perspective of reality. Everyone's just trying to combat each other. And the teacher's just literally talking from the internet. Because that's what they do. They get their curriculum is based on the internet. You can find all of this stuff on the internet.
No, you got a point on that stuff. No, 100%, because I do feel like a lot of schools, especially from my experience, my school wasn't really the best school out there. And I do think like it was underfunded. Some of the teachers weren't the best, being honest. You know what I mean? And I do feel like smaller class sizes does help a lot. Definitely.
Because like once you're like with me, I was a bit of a class clown. I was just busting jokes. I was just violating teachers. I was just doing whatever in it, and everyone was loving it still. Like obviously the good ones that actually wanted to get work done, they were hating me off, bro. But even now to this day, I still have a lot of those people that used to hate me in school. They're texting me now like, "Oh my days, I love what you're doing." Nah, 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 nah. Like, where does the correlation lie?
Nah, man, you know, it's the clout, man, that people be changing over clout. It's crazy out here, man.
No, when you're clouted, everyone wants to come back from. When you're not doing nothing, no one cares.
Facts. But cool. So what got you into TikTok? Because I did see, every now and again, I used to see that riding bikes in places. You know what I mean? I used to see that.
Riding bikes in places, knocking on random doors, walking into houses. What else? But I have so much videos. I can't even remember them off the top of my head. Got over 1,000 prank videos.
So how did you get into that whole TikTok thing?
So 2020 lockdown times, I wasn't doing nothing in it. Like this is when I was, because I mostly on my social media career, I've basically been on YouTube a lot. YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Snapchat. Snapchat was a big one because I just used to post my shenanigans on Snapchat. Like I didn't really I want to be an influencer. Yeah, I want to do this. I just wanted to be out there. So TikTok came about. Like TikTok's been around for years prior, but in lockdown, that's when TikTok was really booming. And I think this was the May 2020, I remember. May 2020, I made a TikTok account and I was just like, do you know what? I'm gonna try blow. I'm gonna give myself a year and I'm gonna try blow up in this year. So in 2020, I started my first account, Mizzy, with 5 Ys. And that account, the first video that blew up on that account was a bus riding video with me hopping on the back of the bus, holding on. I was like, let me teach you guys how to bus ride. I remember that video done well still. And then that's when I was like, do you know what? This TikTok thing can make me go far. So I just kept posting and posting and posting. I kept upping the ante, upping the shenanigans to the point where my account blew up. That first account blew up. It had like 40, 50K. And for me, doing really socials like that, 40, 50K was a lot. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be big. Then I get banned. So now I've gotten banned now and I've made another account, another account, another account. I've had over 30 TikTok accounts. Yeah, man, I've been banned so many times that I can't even I don't even remember all the account names, bro. But it started with sneaking into schools. There was, riding bikes in places that came around about 2 years ago. That's when the first video came around. But I've been doing TikTok for 3 years, innit? So it's just like, I've just been consistently posting. Even if I get banned, I'll be like, I'm coming back in 2 weeks' time, come back in 2 weeks' time, post a new video. So everyone's saying I've fallen off, or you're not relevant, just because I've been banned on all social media platforms. What can I do about that? It's literally it's been a thing where I've been doing this shit for years. Like, I've been doing this shit for years. It's like me being an influencer. You have your up times, you have your down times. Right now, I'd say I'm in the middle. It's whatever I do now is whether it makes or breaks me.
No, definitely, man. Definitely. So, like, would you class yourself as an influencer now, or would you class yourself as a prankster, or more of a media personality?
I'll count myself as a media personality.
Okay, what makes you say that?
Because influencer, I ain't influencing no one to do nothing because I don't tell anyone to do what I do. I don't condone any of my acts. And prankster, I haven't done a prank in about 6-7 months, so I wouldn't count myself as a prankster. I've been doing pranks. That's my old past. And now that they've maybe put me on TV, I've got a film coming out soon, I've got a documentary coming out, I've got TV shows coming out, I'll count myself as a media personality.
Okay, no, definitely, man, definitely. With that whole influencing thing, but don't you feel like, obviously you don't condone any of your actions that you've done prior, but don't you, like, watch some of the little kid look at you, be like, yo, this guy's clouted, he got to chat to Andrew Tate and all these big people. Why don't I try to do the same thing as him and try to blow up and get my clout?
But that can happen to anybody, to be fair. Like me, obviously, I can't lie, I do have an influence on the young kids. I walk down the road, like, I could go down the road and there'll be a group of kids that all run up to me, Mizzy, let me get a picture, or tell me something that's smart. Like, that's what kids tell me. They'll be like, tell me something, like, acknowledge me, like, tell me something I should study on. And then I'll give them a little word of advice. But for me, the influencer thing, it's a bit long, innit? Like, because, like, everyone's looking at you for something from you. Literally, everyone's looking at you for something.
Is reality an illusion?
Reality is an illusion, but it's a vast illusion. But it's an illusion that you make it to be, because we all make our own realities at the end of the day. Like, I wouldn't go around saying, yeah, your reality is fake, your reality is fake. Your reality is what you make it to be. So if you want to stay in an illusionary world full of deceptions, full of delusions, full of hallucinations, full of a bunch of nonsense that doesn't really make any sense in the real world. Like, in the real world, there's the difference between a real world and this illusionary world that we live in. Yeah, everything, our phones, the food we eat, all of this stuff is not good for us, but we still consume it every single day. And it's like our brains are so wired to the fact that this is happening, or you have to do this, you have to get a job, you have to find someone that you love, you have to get a house, you have to get a car, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to live the basic American dream. But what is that at the end of the day? You're not really happy. Even all these millionaires, billionaires, they would say the same thing to you. Like, money doesn't mean anything. Money is an illusion, the biggest illusion. Reality is just an illusion that you make it to be. But money itself is an actual illusion. It's man-made.
No, facts. You're around now. But to be fair, money could solve a lot of problems.
Money can't solve more problems. Money just brings more problems to the table.
Do you think?
Money,
I feel like a lot of
money's
problems I
infinite.
have would be solved with a bit of money, literally.
You can say that, but who made these problems? Because of money. Money is the cause of all the problems. Money is the root of all evil.
Yep. You got a point there.
If there was no money, well, bring it back into the old days, what was he doing? It was trading gold, was trading like material that actually was rare and actually could cost a lot. Nowadays, we just using money, plastic, paper, whatever.
But we need don't we need a means of exchanging value? So, and ain't that a good means of exchanging value, money? Obviously, maybe
it was a good idea.
Sorry to cut you off, brother, but maybe our fiat system, how we're printing money from the sky and it's backed by nothing, isn't the best way to go about it. But maybe a currency that's a bit better, that maybe gold or something that's actually a rare metal, is a better exchange of value than actual cash.
Actual cash is just an illusion. I'd rather have crypto. At the end of the day,
bro,
crypto,
you
bro,
know.
because at the end of the day, it's not monitored by the government. One, two, it's not there. It's just in the air. Like, it's literally just in the air. You can make your purchases there and then. It's like Apple Pay or Google Pay or something, like whatever you want to use. It's literally just money that's on your phone. And you can mine for Bitcoin, so you can get more Bitcoin. You can trade it, and if you trade it to something at the right time, you might get more money. Like, crypto is the best way to go with money, bro. I would say.
I'm actually happy that you're cleared up on that, man. I'm happy you're cleared up on that, man. But cool. What is the Matrix, and are we in it?
The Matrix is society and the way things work. We're in like a systematic system of beliefs. I like to say systematic system because people just like, why is he saying the same thing twice? But it's to control our minds and our brains and wire them into their beliefs. And when I say their, I'm talking about these elites, these higher-ups, the Illuminatis, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, any of these people that are higher up and they control the banking systems, media, the schools, the religion. They control religion as well. This is why I would say I'm not a religious person. I believe in all religions because there's some sort of truth within all, but they've been altered by mankind so much to the point where you don't even know what to believe in.
Okay.
So are we in the Matrix? Yes.
Okay.
We're in a modern day Matrix.
Okay, no, definitely, I believe that to an extent. But about with Islam, because I know a lot of Muslims who might be watching this, they might be like, the Quran isn't altered, it hasn't been changed, it's been preserved.
The Quran is a recitation of Muhammad. That's what Quran stands for, recitation. So when I'm saying this, I mean literally, Muhammad, the Prophet, was going around talking God's words and people were writing it down wherever they could write it down. I don't know what they had at the time, parchment, leaves, whatever. They were writing it down. Then after the fact of Muhammad dying, when he died, that's when they collected all of the pieces that everyone wrote about him, whatever he said, they put it together and the Quran was formed. So from that alone, I ain't saying that, the Quran, once the Quran book was out, it hasn't been altered. But whilst the writing of it, because people wrote it. People wrote it. So whilst the writing of it was happening, there could have been one word that could have been changed, or there could have been something that could have been changed. I ain't saying nothing against anything, because like I said, I'm an omnist, I believe in all religions, and Islam's probably one of the closest to the actual truth. But there is some sort of man-made altering happening.
Okay, fair enough. That's reasonable.
Like, all of these holy books, they've been written by somebody. The Bible was written by guys, Torah, all of these things.
But if you were to, let's say we both said that the Torah, the Bible, the Quran's inspired by God or by God's word, wouldn't that still make it true, even if someone else wrote it?
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of everything we say is God's word. We speak God's word.
Hmm?
When we
Do
talk,
we?
we speak God's word. If you believe that God created us, then everything we're doing and saying, God created us in His image.
True.
So everything we're saying and doing comes from God. It's whether you fall into the temptation, which is the devil's side. Temptation, that's literally what the devil is. The devil ain't real. The devil is temptation. And he's this vast temptation of, ego, you need your money, or you need to always one-up this one person. It's always about divide and conquer with humans. That's all it is, divide and conquer. From the beginning of time, divide and conquer, divide and conquer. All these wars, we put wars on ourselves. It's not between other countries. They create the wars, the higher-ups, they create the wars, and we're just, I want to fight this one, I want to do this, I want to conquer this land, so we have this land for our country. That's all it is.
Definitely, that does make sense, bro. That does make sense. Let's talk about Andrew Tate and the Tate brothers. Andrew Tate, Tristan Tate. What's the relationship with them right now?
At this moment, me and them are calm still. Like, we've been calm from the start of when we was calm, innit? Obviously, I'm in a group chat with the Tates.
Okay. Because obviously, like, some people had an issue with you during News Night. How you weren't really backing them when they were criticising the Tate brothers. And it kind of looked like you were kind of like, not disowning them, but not backing.
It wasn't like that, but basically they were trying to put me in their own trap, innit? Because even Andrew and Tristan watched the BBC interview and he said to me, good interview. Because what they were trying to do is catch me on their ride, basically. They were gonna talk about the Tates. If I defended them, the Tates are good people, then they would have been like, Mizzy's part of this whole conspiracy going on. That's why the Tates reached out to him, this, that, and the other. They would have made it seem like something that it's not. So I just kept neutral to it, and I said that he's an online social media persona. Whatever he's saying on the internet is not to be taken for true, fully. That's basically what I said in a nutshell.
No, definitely.
I didn't really delve too deep on the Tates, even though that whole interview was basically about the Tates. I just called Newsnight out for platforming both of us, because that's what they're doing. They're putting us on their platforms, talking about us, and then they want to criticize us. But you're still putting us on the platform and still giving us the exposure, still giving us the money for what you call bad. So it doesn't make sense.
No, definitely. That I hear what you're saying 100%. So, do you feel like we can see you guys working together in future? Maybe you going to Romania and visiting them, or just getting something done with them?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, right now I'm on tag, or these link-ups have already happened. I'm on tag. These men are busy on their own cases. Like, until they bust their cases, I bust my cases. That's going to happen eventually. But in this very moment, all we can do is talk over the phone.
No, definitely.
But there's going to be link-ups. You might catch me in an emergency meeting.
Yeah, that would be lit, bro. I'm going to make sure I watch that, man. Definitely. So how long are you on tag for?
So I've been on tag for about, I don't even know, to be honest, about 6-7 months already, maybe 5 months already. Been on tag for about 5 months, and I've got until February, which is my big court case. I've got a big court case in February. It's going to the Crown Court and everything.
Really?
So yeah, that's going to be all over the news, right? A mad thing. And you can record in the Crown Court as well, fam. So it's going to be a mad thing.
So what are you facing if you were to not beat the case? How long got?
So I've got a case on the 21st as well.
Oh,
yeah, 21st of this month. I've got a case that's for 5 breaches of court order. Obviously, I'm an innocent guy. I didn't do none of that. Like, people are posting videos of me, and then the police are literally arresting me for other people posting videos saying, "No, that's you posting it, when it's not me." So that one, I know I'm gonna bust it. But if they try to do some next madness, looking at a couple of months or a hefty fine. A couple of months or a hefty fine. That's for just the 21st. Then the one in February is for a mad thing.
Oh.
For a mad thing.
Are you happy to talk about it? About at least what it's about?
Obviously, back in the days, innit, I was living 2 lives, innit. I'll talk about it briefly, innit. I was living 2 lives, innit. Like, obviously, I didn't go into the hood life like that. I didn't go into the roads like that. But I was still active on the streets, like to the point where I was doing like robberies and thefts and stupid shit just to make money to like boost up my social medias, like to just look like, oh yeah, I have money, this, one, and the other. Because not when I first started, but when I was about 14, 15, 16, when I first started TikTok, I wasn't making no money basically. I was just doing it for the fun of doing it, because that's what everyone starts on. They do it as for the fun. But to make actual money whilst being a TikTok influencer, because at the time I would say I was an influencer back then. Now I'm trying to change it up and not be an influencer, but I was an influencer back then and I wasn't making no money. So I was out on the roads literally robbing people, stealing stuff, this, that and the other, to the point where it came back to me. And now I've got a case in February for robbery basically.
And how long are you looking at?
Bro, my solicitor hasn't told me. Nobody's told me nothing, bro. So right now, I'm just riding off of whatever happens.
Yeah, man. I'm wishing that you beat that case, man, because that one looks like a more serious one. I can't lie, it looks serious.
Yeah, bro. Compared to anything else, like, that's why they waited until February. They were like, yeah, this guy's gonna blow up. When he blows up, he'll be an influencer. He'll be a social media superstar. Then we're gonna slap him with all of his cases, so the news people can laugh and slap it on the internet. Like, yeah, this guy's a criminal. This guy's a criminal. Don't rate this guy. Don't follow his movement. Don't do nothing. We're not outside. He's inside. That's basically what they want to do.
Do you feel that they've planned it that way, purposely?
But your life is planned for you from the start. From the moment you're born, your life is planned for you.
Planned by who?
By the elites. You go to school, you take tests. They test your energy. They test your energy and what path you're going to go in life. That's what happens. So whether you everything's determined by a grade. You do how many years of school and you get determined by a grade. And that grade is basically your future. Well, for everyone else, that's what they think it is. That grade is your future. It's rather you get a job, you get a high-class job because you get good grades, you go to college, you go to uni, you live that life, and you're living the high-class life, but you're always in debt. Because once you get the student loan debt, you have to pay that off, and then you're in debt to them, basically, because you're paying their taxes, you're doing this, you're doing that. Or you live the other life, which is just being outside and free and not caring about them. But when you do that, a lot more problems happen for you. It's like everything comes back for you even harder than if you were to just live the normal life that they choose for you to live. No, everyone has their set path. It's called a life path.
You can always change it up, man. You can always change up your life and the life that you're living.
You can always change it up, but it's not going to be easy.
No, definitely. But good things don't come easy like that, you know what I mean?
Everything happens with time, but time to me is relative. Time is relative to each person. Innit? Time is an illusion within itself. Time is man-made. Clocks, man-made. Time is from clocks, yeah, from numbers, from symbols. You can go so deep into it, but everything happens from everything comes from something. So, to talk about time itself, time is relative to each person. Someone could be looking at the time every second, and they're like, yeah, I got to be somewhere at 4:30. It's 4 o'clock. They're looking at the time, and time's going bare slow for them. Or you could put your phone down and you're just going, not looking at no time, and you get to your destination in like 10 minutes. You're like, rah, time went so slow. It's just whether you're looking or not, you're actively seeking out for it.
The Piers Morgan situation, how do you think that went? Honestly.
Personally, it didn't go the way I planned it to go.
Okay.
That's all I have to say about that. Because obviously, I came out of sales. I wasn't prepared mentally, physically, emotionally, whatever you want to say. I wasn't prepared for this interview. So I've come out of sales. Like, this is the day I got arrested for the walking into houses. That's the day I got arrested for that. Then I've come out of court the next day and I got the CBO, I got the fine, I got bare articles on me. Like, I'm just like, rah, I'm literally popping off right now. What do I do? Bam, I've got a call from his agent, Piers Morgan's agent, and he's like, come on the show, we want you on TV. We're going to have you on live TV, 3 million people watching. I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to do it. I didn't know Piers Morgan. I didn't know who Piers Morgan was. I didn't do my research on him. Okay. Yeah, so if I'd done my research, my own personal research, then I would have known, okay, cool, he's an aggressor, he's a narcissist, he's going to grow me. I came thinking, yeah, he's going to gas me up, he's going to, yeah, oh yeah, your videos are funny.
Yeah, you should have done your homework on him.
Didn't do no homework, so obviously I've gone there now with an open mind thinking, yeah, this guy is calm, innit, it's whatever. Gone through the door now, my man's giving me the up and down look. The dirty up and down look. Now, I'm like, oh, I got twanged. And there's no backing out now because I'm in the live studio. So he's gone to sit down. Man sat down now. And he's just like 3, 2, 1, start. He didn't even say nothing to me. He just said 3, 2, 1, start. And I've got caught off guard, innit? So like you can watch, if you watch the Piers Morgan interview back, you can see I was bare nervous, innit? I didn't know what to say, didn't know what to do, but he knew exactly what to say and he knew exactly what to do to trigger me. So he's triggered me now, and I'm trying to prove my point. I'm trying to say my point to him, and he's literally just like, no, argue back, argue back, argue back. Yeah, I said a point about on the race card. I mentioned, oh yeah, is it because I'm black? And straight away, he's like, no, it's not because of your skin color. No. He started going on. I started to go back into that point, and he did not let me. He just diverted and started speaking about Sk1tz. Then he mentions it later on. He's like, oh, you said it. I don't remember this interview fully in it, yeah, but he did mention it later on, talking about, yeah, you mentioned that it was because you're black. Tell me about your upbringing. So he was trying to play out the own, like the stereotype itself, innit, of black
kids don't have fathers type shit. Now, to be fair, I felt that last little bit, I felt like that bit triggered you, and I do understand why, innit? Because obviously, family, bringing up family type shit is like funny.
So I was like, talk about me, not my family. I kept saying that to him, and he was just like, he just wanted to talk about the family. He wanted to get the juicy gossip, because that interview itself is what put me on the map on Wikipedia, is what got the news articles to get onto me. It was because of the Piers Morgan interview, because he leaked my full name.
Oh yeah.
From the moment he done that, they knew who I was. They could get my birth certificate up. They can get all the details about everything up.
Oh, definitely, yeah. He basically doxed you, low key, man. About Andrew Walker thing as well, because I can't lie, with him, I felt like he was just acting up for the camera, man. I can't lie.
He was acting up for the camera. He just wanted his viral moment, which is understandable, innit? That's why I don't, like, me and him still talk to this day. He's a calm guy, actually. You know, he's actually a calm guy. He just wanted his viral moment, and he said, yeah, opportunity snap with the Reem Ibrahim thing. When I looked at her, I'm just there standing, like, she's asking me a question, some next question, innit? And I already got asked this question at the start. So I'm just looking at her like, how do I answer this? What do I say? So I've given her this nice look. Not even I said nice look. I'm just giving her this look, innit? I'm just looking straight into her eyes. And bam, he snapped. Oh, don't be looking at my guests like this. You're threatening guests. I'm like, what do you mean I'm threatening? Like, I didn't even say nothing. Like, I was just shocked. My mouth was just open. Like I was bare confused, because at the start he was greasing me up. Before it even started, he's taking pictures of me. He's like, my kids love you. Oh my days, you're the biggest TikTok guy. I see you everywhere. Nah. And then he wants to have a snap at me. And then he's bugging out heavily. Like, as soon as I leave, he's trying to dash
throw the paper.
Yeah, like, bro. That's all the act, because that was all the biggest act, because I was already gone. I was already gone, bro. So my man just acted and was like, yeah, let me just stash papers and act like I'm threatening him when he's gone. I was already gone. Joke thing.
So you guys are still cool at something right now?
Yeah, he wants to help me with my business, innit? So obviously I'm gonna have some merch coming out soon. But he's patterning me with the, what's it called? Manufacturer, that's it. Manufacturer.
Shout me when you get that merch, bro.
He's gonna have some daddy cakes in different colours, and everything counts.
Yeah, bro, make sure you shout me for that, man. But cool. What happened with you and Sk1tz, man? Because you guys were brethrens type thing. Like, I even know certain people who went like college with Sk1tz, and they were saying like you guys were kind of like tight.
Bro, what happened with Sk1tz? I'm just gonna keep it as brief as this. He told me he was evil. He told me that there's been something inside of him his whole life that has just indicated that he's evil. And there was this day, the day before I got sectioned. Obviously, my man's run out into the middle of the road to try to kill himself, basically. There's a car coming down. The car stopped right in front of him, and he's literally screamed, I am evil, like bare loud into the sky now. And obviously, as soon as he said that, the skies went red. Like, the sky in our areas went red. Like, only in our area as well. He even recorded it. I have another boy that was a witness to it, and he saw it happen. So this is not even a hallucination or delusion or anything. This actually happened.
So that weren't you, like, tweaking?
No, I was literally, this is when I stopped smoking, so I was sober, and this was all happening like a mad thing. Like, he literally screamed into the sky, I am evil. Sky's gone red. Only in our area, though. He's recorded it, and I've gone straight to my boy's house to say, like, am I tweaking out, or is this actually happening? He's like, bro, the sky's red, bro. The sky's actually red. So now I've done this. I've screamed as loud as I can. I've done a siren scream. Screamed as loud as I could. Started raining. The sky's parted. It starts raining. I look to the side of me, and Sk1tz is gone. I don't know where he's gone, but he's gone. He's gone, bro. And then literally I've gotten home, like I'm walking in the rain. I've just said, you know what? I was in my t-shirt. I literally just walked home in the pouring down of rain. Got home now, texted him saying, what happened? Like, what are you on? And then I don't remember that. I don't remember our conversation then, but it was something about. I don't remember the conversation still. Like it was a literal brief conversation, and from that day I stopped talking to him. So obviously that conversation did not go well.
Okay, so it's just that sounds like a mad thing.
Like the story is mad than just that, but obviously when I got sectioned, I lost a lot of my memory, and right now I'm just trying to regain it back. So all of these stuff is brief.
Definitely. How comes you got sectioned?
So the next day, I'm not even going to talk about this story too tough because I think I've mentioned it a couple of times, innit? But I had a psychotic episode. And through that psychotic episode, there was bare hallucinations, delusions, illusions that were happening in my vision that everything didn't seem real. Like it was so weird. Like I had superpowers. Like live and breathe in superpowers, bro. Man's there, like, you see how Sk1tz punches walls saying pain is an illusion? Every time when I used to do it, I used to be like, oh, that hurts. Then that day, man's punching metal, man's punching brick, man's punching everything, and I'm punching it harder than he's ever punched a wall before. I'm just punching it. And because obviously I was with him the day before. No, this was the day before. I'm punching everything, and I'm just like, yeah, pain is an illusion. I'm taking the piss out of him, innit, basically. Because he was trying to mock my thing by doing something. So I just took the piss out of him, but I've actually, like, this was with my heart. It wasn't just with anything else. I just started taking the piss out of him because he was violating my thing. So I'm there punching the wall, and my hands were like this big. My hands grew to about this big, bro. Like, it was a mad thing. And then, so that whole day whilst I was sectioned, I was just running up and down, like, I was telling my boys to do this, to do that. And it got to the end of the day, to the point where I got home, and I was still moving mad. And to my mum even told me this, she tells me this every day, you actually had powers. Like, I was running at like 100 miles per hour. Just like that. Like, everything was like so slow to me, but I could go fast. Like, my sister came to the house now. My mum called my sister, she's like, oh, he's tweaking out, you need to come and see what's going on. My sister's come to the door. She's standing at the door because I already ran out the house one time and I had to get dragged back by my mum. Yeah. So my sister's standing at the door so I don't run out. I've run down the stairs and she tried to grab me, but she grabbed me in slow, like to me, she grabbed me in slow motion. She's grabbing me like this. I've just literally gone under her arms, opened the door and ran out. I don't know how I done it, but I done it. Then I'm running around my whole block. Like 3 times I ran around my block, jumping over fences, like just like it's nothing. I was doing parkour, elite parkour. So my mom's called my other sister, she called some of her friends, and they're all just trying to grab me. They're all in the area trying to grab me. Everyone's trying to grab me. No one could grab me. So it's gotten to the point where my mom's called the police. Bear in mind, I was in my boxers.
Oh, bro.
I'm in the shower now. I was going out the shower. I'm trying to scrub off. I feel like I'm possessed or something. So I'm trying to scrub off myself in the shower. Gotten out the shower now, slapped on boxers, had my dressing gown on, and I've run out the house. But these times I've dropped my dressing gown. I don't even know where I dropped it. So I'm in my boxers now, just running around. Police have come and they've grabbed me, handcuffed me. Man's literally gone like they tried to lock it. I've gone like this, just like that. Handcuffs dropped.
Okay.
Then they tried to grab me. I've dodged them. I was like, this is everything my mom's telling me, because I don't really even remember how this happened, but I remember it briefly. So I've dodged the police and everything. So they had to call backup. Backups come now. A van's come. This was a car that came at the start. A van's come now. Van stopped. There's like 5 feds now. They've all just grabbed me. Now they've got me in cuffs and they've locked the cuffs. And they put me in the back of the van. I'm there screaming. I'm just tweaking out, screaming. They're like, it's okay. You're going home. And no, I went home in the hospital.
Bro,
Which is my original home because I was born there.
The walking into houses thing, how did that even occur? Like, what made you guys say? Because from the interview with Sk1tz, shout out Sk1tz, he was saying that it was kind of like a dare, like, oh, you wouldn't go into the house type of thing.
Alright, cool. So, it was kind of like that, but obviously I've done this before. I've done this 2 other times before. So this is not the first time I walked into a house, innit? But it was about a year before that actual video happened. So this video happened about 6 months ago from this day. It was about a year ago that I walked into someone's house before. It was a Jewish family's house, and we walked into the random house, innit? And then we ran out on a joke thing. So fast forward a year now, and we've recorded a video which was knock and don't run. So basically we have to knock on people's doors and we have to talk to them without getting them to run. I mean, without getting them to close the door on us, so knock and don't run. And essentially, after that video was done, that was a good video, it was a banger video. We're sitting on the wall, and I've just seen the door open. And I've seen someone, I didn't even see someone outside, I just saw the door open actually. And I'm like to my boys, remember that video I made back in the day where we walked into a house? Well, not with them, but where I walked into a house. And they're like, yeah. So then there's another kid now, I was with 2 other boys in it. I was with C1 and another kid. The other kid's like to us, let's do it. It's going to be a banger TikTok, let's just do it. I'm thinking, oh, do you know what? Fuck it, let's do it. Like, I wasn't even thinking in them times there because that's when I was fully in content creating mode. So I was like, anything and everything, let's just get it. Like, so we walked into the house now. We were like, is this my study group? Is this my study group? These men were scared, bro. These men were behind me and they were just, I was telling them to come in the yard, like, properly. Them men were just standing, like, at the front door. So I've been trying to go down the stairs. Then I've seen James coming up, which is the guy in the house. I've seen him come up now. So I've cut into the living room and I've sat down on the chair just to get a quick, like, what the fuck moment. Then I've come off the chair and I'm at the back in the front room bit. And then he's just like, we've got kids. And I'm just like, oh, let's go. Let's just go. And I said, sorry, let's go. So we've left now. They've closed the door. They're just thinking, oh, there's kids coming in for study group because they didn't see the camera, they didn't see nothing. And I've posted the video. The moment I posted the video, it got about 100k views in an hour. From there, just started going up and up and up. And obviously, like I said, I don't really look at the comments. I don't consume content. I just post content. So I've posted the content and I've left it for a day. The next day now, I've looked at my TikTok account, 2 million views on that video. On the news, on Twitter, I'm trending #1 on Twitter. Bam, 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 bam. Just bare different things are happening. Meme pages are sucking it up everywhere. Then, this is when there was a call, like, of the stress, the public distress, innit? Everyone was stressing over Mizzy. And they were like, Mizzy needs to be arrested, Mizzy needs to be this, Mizzy needs to be that. So, the police, they done a public announcement out there. We're looking for Mizzy, also known as Bakari, Bronzo, Garrow. They done a public, you know those videos, like, we see those videos where they, like, the police is calling out someone on the internet, like a warrant. Yeah. So they released a search warrant for me on the internet, like on TV, live TV. They done a search warrant, and my solicitors all calling me now. This is literally the day after. No, this is the 2 days after this happened now. Because the day after it happened, I went to go apologize because I'm like, oh, this is a bit mad. It's gone on the internet. They had kids, and I didn't even see that the kid was in the video. So I've deleted the video, but it's already out on the internet. So there's nothing much I can do. Apologize to the people off camera because, like, what's the point of recording an apology? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make it genuine. So I've handed myself in, gotten arrested. My boys were there, so they were taking videos. This is the only reason why it went viral, because of my friends. Well, who are not my friends anymore, because it was DB and Sk1tz. DB is not my friend anymore. Sk1tz ain't my friend anymore.
Even DB's not your bedroom no more.
Nah, bro. Them man work together to do black magic. But yeah, so DB, because DB was on my Woodina, yeah, he was always just posting videos and recording videos. And then I told him, yeah, do you know what? Get this video of me getting arrested. It's going to make so much sense because it's just going to go, the news is going to lap it up. It's going to be everywhere, which is what they done. So now I've gotten arrested. I'm in custody for the whole day. The next day I've gone to court straight away. They've issued me with the CBO. I've gotten the £365 fine. And yeah, literally, that's what happened with that situation. It was a mad thing still.
Do you feel like the backlash was necessary?
In reality, yeah.
Do you think? Because I feel like I've seen probably worse. I've definitely seen worse.
I mean, when I say yeah, I mean for people to say you can't do this or it's out of order, this, that and the other, that backlash. But that's just one bit of it. The backlash got even deeper when people are threatening to kill me.
Yeah, there were certain people saying, yeah, he should be like he should be killed, he should be fucked up, this and that.
Yeah, like people were dragging it, like, really.
In my personal opinion, that situation should have been handled with a little done, beyond and away type of thing, you know what I mean? Because...
Well, I got that basically when I went to prison, bro. I just went to prison for 3 days. That's a vial within my own accord, fam.
Literally. So I was like, no, but yeah, man. So do you think, like, because a lot of people were kind of upset about you having a £365 fine. A lot of people were saying it's too lenient, you're not going to learn from it. Do you
The only reason I got that, Because literally, if I just done this video and I didn't have this, I had a CPN before it, so it was a community protection warning. Community protection notice, which is basically an ASBO, but an enhanced ASBO. So it's like anytime you breach this, you go to court and you'll get fined. You go to court and you get fined. But I've done it 3 times already. Like, I've breached that community protection notice 3 times already. So this was the 3rd time, and they were like, do you know what? You're not learning, so we're going to give you a criminal behaviour order. But if I didn't have that CPN and I walked into that house, I would have never been arrested. Because that's just trespassing, and trespassing is a civil offence in the UK. Like, there's been videos where I walked to the back of shops, never been arrested for those because it's only trespassing. It only turns into aggravated trespassing when they tell you to leave and you don't leave. And that's when you can get arrested. But we left straight away. So that within itself, even then, that was still a drag. The CBO itself is a big drag. But it's because I breached the CPN, so it's kind of my fault within, yeah. But it even goes deeper than that. There's so much technicalities with the law. So I'm thinking I'm recording this video in Islington. Islington is on this road. Hackney's on this road. My community protection notice was only in Hackney. So if I recorded that house's video in Islington, none of this would have happened. It's only because I've done it across the road in Hackney, that's why I got arrested for it.
I think we already touched on this, but how long is your CBO lasting for?
My CBO is for 2 years. So from the May 24th is when I got it. So it's for 2 years. So in 2025, May 24th is when I'm unshackled from this holster.
What, so you're going to be back on the pranks?
In some capacity, but I'm probably going to be doing Nickel Gideon style pranks.
Okay, yeah, I feel like that's the best move for you, man. That's the best move. It's the best step.
Within this 2 years, all I got to do is build up a social media status. So going on these podcasts, going on these interviews, going on TV, just showing my face. Now it's all about showing face before my face gets locked off.
Down, definitely. What, so, you know that whole situation that you had with walking into random houses and all the backlash you've been getting, people saying this and that, even people in America saying that, oh, you should have got shot, A, B, and C. Did that affect your mental health?
No. Like I said, I'm not a consumer, so I wasn't really, like, I haven't even watched most of the videos on me. And there's hundreds of thousands of them.
Because even that, wasn't one of the, there's a big British YouTuber, he doesn't show his face. He wears like a little
memeless.
That's it. And he was like making a whole 2 videos just like saying that you're a shit prankster, A, B, and C. And like,
Memeless was the first video that came out. Then Memeless, then John Penguin Zero.
yeah, I know Penguin Zero.
He made the video. That video went viral. Once those 2 made the video, that's when the snowball effect continues. So for me, that man bust me basically. I didn't watch the video. Actually, I watched Memeless's video. I didn't really care too tough. That's what he does. He grows people if they're doing something stupid on the internet. Like, that's what a lot of people do. But at the end of the day, they got clout off my name. That's what everyone was doing. That's part of the Mizzy experiment that I used to talk about.
Because didn't that make you feel away? Because, for example, Sk1tz was saying how, yeah, he that pissed him off because
Yeah, but Sk1tz a young one.
True.
Sk1tz young, so he doesn't know about the social media world. I've been doing it for 10 years, so I know that it's going to get to the point where that's going to happen. If I'm going to continue on doing what I'm doing and upping the ante every single time, it's going to happen eventually. Like, it's happened to Is Aria, it's happened to Boot Gang, it's happened to all of these people, not even just pranksters. Like, anyone that has a controversial past, controversial history, they're going to blow up as hell. But it's a fast blow up and it's a fast calm down as well. So it's like, you got to know how to navigate it and manage it, or they will cancel you as hell, bro. And you will actually fall off. Anything you do will just be shit.
Definitely. So do you think that you've fallen off? Because a lot of people believe that, even, I'm not sure if you know Mr. Harsh Reality.
He was begging it. He's a joke, man. I saw what he said, bro. He's a joke, man, bro.
You
He's literally begging
watched
it
that
off
interview?
man. Yeah, I watched the interview still. Okay. He was begging off my thing, bro. When I was popping in back on Twitter, he was all trying to text me like, yeah, when you hopping on my podcast, when you hopping on my show, nah. And I'm just violating him, and he's still coming back for more. But he was just begging it at the end of the day. And to answer your question to people that say I've fallen off,
because obviously he was saying what Az was saying. He believes that you like, for you and Sk1tz, the whole, you've basically missed your chance to blow up. It's practically gone.
I'm 18 and I'm one of the biggest viral pranksters in the world. You can say in the world actually, because I've gone so commercial. Search my famous birthdays and I'm like 800 on the list. number 800. Out of all of these famous people, I'm 800. So I'm still just making a name for myself. Like people have been in this industry for years, and I could say that I've fully blown up about 3 years ago. So I still have a long shelf life depending on what I do. I've got the documentary coming, got the TV show coming, I've got the film coming. That's just three. That's one of 3 things that it's just gonna put me back on the map. I've got a TV interview coming out after my case, and the case itself is just gonna make me even more famous. The case is gonna make me feel famous because there's gonna be journalists there. There were journalists at my last case. With that, then we've got the boxing.
Oh, you're gonna get into the boxing, yeah?
MMA.
Oh, okay.
I'm not even talking about MMA too much because I got NDA for that. But yeah, there's big man's things coming, bro. And the music scene, like, bro, there's so much avenues I can go down that falling off only happens within the person themselves, bro. Like, if you make yourself fall off, that's how you fall off. Nobody can tell you when you've fallen off. Just in your eyes, just because you don't see me anymore, or this, that, and the other, doesn't mean I've fallen off. I'm still here.
Definitely, man, definitely.
Falling off is an illusion.
Nah, to an extent, I would say some. To an extent, though, I do feel like there's certain times where if you don't capitalize on things quick enough, you can fall off. And even as I said in that interview, I feel like you still have a chance and potential to blow up. And I actually want you to actually do your thing.
The thing about me is it's not easy.
But the thing I would say is you could have capitalized on things quicker and earlier.
Couldn't. Was banned off every social media platform. How am I supposed to capitalize on what?
My thought was like, you should have just made merch, bro. Made merch. Even the shit I was telling you outside.
Merch coming soon, bro. Because obviously you can't just be banging merch out and it's unprofessional and it's like, whilst I was blowing up, there was so much things that I had to do, but I was also getting arrested as well every minute. So that I capitalizing on what? There was nothing I could have capitalized on at the time. Now it's about capitalizing on what I've already built up, what I've already accumulated in the past. Because if I'd done it at the time, it just wouldn't have worked. I would have had so much unfinished business, so much loose ends because I was getting arrested. Feds were coming to my yard, taking all my devices every single day. Every time I bought something, they would take it. So there was no point of trying to capitalize. I was going to start streaming. The feds locked that off basically by taking my whole setup.
They took your setup?
Yeah, man. Like, they done so much stuff. Like, if you look at my room, my room is a mess right now, bro.
Are they even allowed to do that?
God knows, bro. Obviously, I'm barely at the house sometimes. So when the police come, my mum's there. My mum don't even know about the law or anything. So she just lets them take it. Oh yeah, they're the police. Yeah, they have to take it. And I'm telling them, do they have a warrant to come into the yard? Do they have a warrant? Did you ask them for a warrant? And she says, oh no. What do you mean no? So they could just come into the house and take whatever they want.
Nah,
they done the same thing when I was sectioned. I was sectioned and someone doxed me, innit? Actually doxed me. They called it. It was like bomb threat or whatever. Police have run up in my yard, raided the whole yard looking for me, even though I'm sectioned. They had a big black bag. And they're putting all my clothes in there, all my shoes in there, everything. I've gone home now after I've been sectioned. I look at my room and it's not my room anymore. Everything's messed up, everything's mashed up, everything's in a box. And all my shoes, I only have like 2 pairs of shoes now. I had like 20 pairs of shoes, they're all gone. I had so much clothes, half of them are gone.
Fucking hell, they took the piss, man.
It's reality. It's a reality flex.
No, definitely. I would say like, I think you should think about like moving out.
Can't move out. Bail conditions. Like, it's so much stuff that they're onto me. They're pinning me down, bro. Like, I can't move out.
If you moved out, I think it would actually be a good opportunity for you, in my opinion.
If I moved out, I'd blow up 10 times more because I'll have a house where the man can come and make banging videos. But I can't move out because my bail conditions is live and sleep at my home address.
Oh, that's actually heartbreaking, bro.
It's a peak thing. But hopefully, by the time it turns February, all my cases should be over with.
Bro, God willing, man. God willing. So, Mizzy, how's fatherhood for you? Like, how's fatherhood whilst being famous and being...
It's not easy, bro. I barely see my child.
Serious?
Yeah, man, because of this girl, bro. This girl is in her own warped reality, innit? And, like, to her, I'm not even, like, talking about her, innit? Yeah, because, like, obviously, she's a mother of my child, innit? But me and her first were never together. We're never together, so it literally happened as an accident because she was holding out for the mandem. Because she even chopped the mandem.
Oh,
yeah. I was first, and then she decided to go chop my guys. And then...
Bro, did you wear protection, bro?
Bro, I don't wear protection, bro.
Oh, fuck off, bro.
Bro,
man.
I'm a silent assassin, bro. I don't wear protection. Protection's an illusion. So obviously, I've just done my dirts in it, yeah. Then the man them have just done their dirts as well. So 2 of the other guys have done their dirts now. And she's texting me months later telling me that she's pregnant. And I just kind of like subsat. I was like, fuck that, bro. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, you capping to me, innit? Yeah. And then this is when she sent me like a scan, like an ultra scan of the child, innit? And I'm like, no way. But I haven't said nothing to her. I've just left her like that. So for the next 9 months, I have not had no conversation with her. Bam, child's out. The day the child came out, I've gone there. DNA test straight away. I wasn't hearing nothing from nobody about anything, innit? So I just had to buy a DNA test, pull up there, and I found out that I'm the father. I'm like, why me? You've chopped the other guys, and it's just me, bro. I'm the first one, and I'm the first one to have a child out of the random, basically. So, but the thing about it is, she didn't even tell me that. I forgot to say this. She didn't tell me until it was too late to get an abortion. But she knew the whole time. So it doesn't make sense. But yeah, that's the most I've probably released about that information, isn't it? Let's not even go too deep into that. But I will say, my son's name is Sakai, and his birthday is 3 days after mine.
Oh, bless him, man. Bless him. He's a cute kid, man. Like, does she allow you visitation or anything?
Yeah, I do visit him. I haven't visited him recently because he has COVID, innit?
Oh.
He has COVID, and that's because of her. She just brings any mandem into the yard and just brings anyone into the yard and takes him anywhere and just does anything. This is why, like, whilst they're young, they need to be with the right people. They'll get brainwashed. And he's in a stage where he can get brainwashed. And I feel like she's just going to brainwash him bears.
Oh, definitely, man. I'll say, bro, just try to spend as much time as you can with him, man. Literally, especially in these early years, man. Because you don't get him back. Bro, I'm trying like I have a kid, bro. I don't have no kid. Ah,
Parenthood is not easy.
oh, definitely, man, definitely.
It's not easy, bro. Especially being a bait guy, because like I could have utilized that so much, and I could have had my child all over social media, but she doesn't want that.
Nah, I would agree with her on that one, though.
Yeah, but that's like she's the one that asks me for money all the time. Money, child.
No,
Yeah.
no, because there's even certain celebrities that don't show off their kids like that.
Yeah, that's certain. Like that's the actual like the A-list celebrities, bro. That don't want everyone to be talking about their child, bro. But I'm saying what we could have done is had a little social media account for him managed by me, basically, and we get pictures, we get just like nice stuff of the child, wholesome content, and it will be monetizable because it's baby content. Baby content is monetizable as hell.
No, but I think I'm gonna have to be more on her side on that one, innit? Because you know what I mean? Because you know how it is, man. You don't want people chatting bad on your baby too.
That's her fault for having a child with Mizzy. Like, and that's what I can say every single time. You had a child with Mizzy. You decided to keep a child with Mizzy. It takes 2 people to have a child, but it takes 1 person to decide to keep the child. Especially when it's too late to make a decision.
I guess so, man. I don't know what to say on that one.
Well, my life is just it's a roller coaster.
No, definitely, man. Indeed.
Like,
indeed.
there's ups and downs. Like, that's an up, and then it goes down, and then now it's coming back up, and then it's like the ones that go like this, bro. It's a wild roller coaster ride, fam.
No, definitely, man. Definitely. So how has life being sectioned, though? How's life being sectioned?
Well, bro, life being sectioned.
Because like you're out here having videos of like some random Romanian Donny.
No, yeah, no, bro, that was the mad thing. Like I can briefly even remember that still because I was getting put on so much medication. I was moving slow like a whole robot. But I will say one of the things I've done a lot of things to help people, innit? Man's there washing some guy, bro. I washed the guy, bro.
Whoa.
I washed the guy, bro.
What's that?
But I washed the guy.
What's that? I washed the guy.
There was a Jewish guy in it, yeah. He didn't shower or anything here. Like nobody showered in that place, innit?
Wait, but don't they like make you?
They don't make
nurses
you shower. They don't make you shower. They don't help you at all. They literally just watch you seize up. Yeah. So literally all the doors are shut in the bathrooms. You have to actually ask them to unlock the doors, innit? So I've told them to unlock the door, and I'm like, I'm helping this guy shower. And they're like, no, you're not. You're not helping nobody. You're not allowed to help people. Why are you helping people? Blah, 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 blah. But I've still done it anyway. So I've told him to go into the shower now. I told him to take off all of his clothes. Put all of his clothes into the washing machine now. But I put all of his clothes into the washing machine now. And I've literally, he didn't know how to shower, bro. This guy is like he's never showered before. Like they brainwashed him so much that he couldn't shower. So man had to just squirt the shampoo, the body wash on my hands and just scrub my man down, bro. I swear down. It was the mad thing. And all of the patients are outside watching it happen. Everyone's outside watching it happen, yeah? And then from that day, the next day, everyone started showering. Like on a big man thing, everyone started showering.
Okay, hi. Oh man. No comment, bro. I can't lie. I feel like and people watching this are gonna say why for that though, but
Bro, it's helping civilians, innit? If you know that you're straight, then yeah, straight. You just have to stay straight.
no, definitely, man, definitely.
Obviously, man wasn't concerned about the guy's body, bro. Man just wanted to help the guy wash, cause he's in the same living space as me, bro, and I'm not having people stinking on the living space that I'm living in.
Definitely.
That's all it was. Other things were, there's another thing where there was this guy, he thought it was God basically, and obviously I've gone into his room now, and I've literally, he was living in a state, everything was just on the floor, all of his bottles, all of his old stuff, I've literally thrown it all out. I've gone into his room now, and he's starting to wake up, like he was just sleeping, like he was like, oh bro, I don't know how to explain whilst I was in there. It was like a magic show. It was like a magic show. The first day I've got in there, I've got into a room now, it's number 8. This room is number 8. Yeah, I remember the room name, number 8. Looked at the wall, and the wall has scribbling on it, yeah? And it's like, this is, I forgot what it said, this is something. This is something. It said, this is something. So I've gone to rub it out now. I've tried to rub it out, but it didn't work. Now I've gone to sleep, and the next day, it's gone off the wall. And it's a black hole now. Instead of scribbling, it's turned into a black hole. And someone new's coming now. And they've gone into that room, and they're there praying to the black hole. Bro, like, this whole place was an illusion, bro. I can't lie. Like, I don't know how to describe it in a way that makes sense.
Yeah, that, bro.
It's the medication, bro.
Nah,
The medication makes people act out differently. And obviously, the first day I got there, I got injected. So I passed out. Yeah, they injected me the first day. They were like, you're moving too fast. You're moving too fast. I've literally got grabbed up, flipped around. I'm on the bed now, and they've literally injected my bum. And then from that day, I was moving bare slow. Then from the next day, 3 meds they were giving me, 3 different types of pills, 3 different pills. They are strong pills as well, like 20, 30 milligrams. Yeah, feeding you up every single day. Yeah, I was there for 20 days. They kept asking me, because I kept talking about the Matrix bears. They kept asking me, what is the Matrix? What do you think the Matrix is? And I kept telling them, and every time I told them, it was the wrong answer. So they were like, yeah, you're staying for longer. And it kind of reminds me of have you watched the newest Matrix film?
I actually haven't.
The Resurrections one.
I ain't watched it.
Basically, it's like in a game. He makes the game. Thomas Anderson makes like the Matrix game, and he's like this famous like game maker in it. And essentially, he's tweaking because he has hallucinations of his past life of being in the Matrix, like all the old Matrixes. And he has a therapist, and the therapist is always asking him like, "What do you think the Matrix is?" But his therapist is actually an agent in disguise. And it's just weird now, like when you watch the Matrix films again, and then you look at reality, everything is just like raw. That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. Because the Matrix, I say, is a documentary. The Matrix film is a documentary on reality.
Definitely. So you've talked about life being sectioned. How's the life on the wing, like in jail?
Life in jail.
What jail were you in, man? I forgot. It's in South alive.
Thames side.
Thames side.
Thames side. Life in jail is not for the weak.
Okay.
That's what I can say about that. It's not for the weak, innit? Obviously, I was only there for 3-4 days. I was on an induction wing. I didn't even get to the full wing, innit? But in the induction wing, there was still bare different guys. But for me, it was different to anybody else because I'm a known guy, even in prison.
Or even in jail?
Yeah, everyone knew me in prison. Everybody knew me in prison. Guys coming up to me, do you want this? Oh, yeah, I got some snacks. You want some snacks? No. I've seen you on the TV last night. I heard you on the radio last night. No. So, I had a roommate, innit? Obviously, free up my man because he was actually a good guy, even though he killed someone.
Oh, bro.
And when I say he's a good guy, obviously he didn't do it on purpose.
So is that manslaughter?
It was a driving thing.
Oh,
And he was driving bare fast on the road now, doing balloons, whatever, and some guys
Bro.
just walked into the middle of the road and bam. So it's kind of his fault, but it's not his fault at the same time.
why are you doing balloons on the road, bro?
Because that's what guys are tapped in the head, innit? But yeah, that happened, innit? And that was my roommate, innit? So at the start, I'm thinking, right, this guy is a murderer, bro. Why am I in the room with this guy, bro? But when you actually start to know someone and get to know someone, you actually see that not everyone's bad in the inside. It's just how people get portrayed and how people decide to live their life to a stereotype that is not actually them. So me and this roommate, we got on well. We'll share it's actually patterned still. And then I got out into the wing, like actual wing, for a brief period, and there was just bare guys banging on their doors. They're like, "Hey Mizzy, come here. Hey, we outside." Like bare man just shouting, "We outside, we outside." Then I've gotten into the exercise yard, innit? And this is where everyone comes out to socialise. I'm sitting just by myself, innit? Because I didn't know anyone there, innit? Like everyone knew me, but I didn't really know anyone. So I'm just sitting by myself, just like literally how these men are doing, just with the head down like this. And I look up and everyone's around me asking me questions like, "Oh my days, what are you here for? Oh, I've seen you walk into that house. You're a madman, you know, you're 30, this, that and the other." But prison's not somewhere you want to be. So forget all the socialising side of it. The actual being trapped in a box 23 hours a day, literally.
Were you in that adult prison?
Yeah, I was in an adult prison, bro.
Fucking
Everyone
hell.
else was big 20, 25.
They didn't even try to put you in scrubs or nothing?
Nah, bruv. Man got put in an adult prison straight away, bro. They were onto me, fam.
Oh man, bro. That's crazy, man. Hopefully you stay out of jail, man. 'Cause I want to see you succeed. But lastly, what?
Free the man, then free Israel, free Madagascar.
But what does we outside mean, though? What does it mean?
We outside. So you see this Sk1tz guy, he tried to claim we outside for himself, innit, yeah? But he didn't make we outside. It was me and Zahab when we were sneaking into schools. It was like we outside in the districts. And basically to me, we outside means being outside with your inner self. Yeah? So letting your subconscious detach from reality and just be free. Because everyone's subconscious is burdened in their mind. Like, you know, the inner thought that speaks to you on the inside. Yeah? That thought, I've just always been like, we outside with that thought. Yeah, so it's just literally aligning your conscious, your subconscious, and your superconscious as one, and just being your conscious self, but subconsciously, if that makes sense.
No, that does make sense.
Just being outside with your inner self.
No,
We outside. Like if I go into a building, like right now I'm in a building, but we're still outside because we're still outside with our inner self. Even though we're inside, we're outside.
No, fair enough. But coming back to the last question about Sk1tz, do you feel like you guys can ever be cool again?
No. Just
Why?
no. Just no, innit? Like obviously a lot of things happened, and a lot of things like I've seen a lot of things from him himself, like moving to different guys and how different guys have told me that he's manipulative and all of this stuff, and he basically wanted to leech off of my clout. Like every time I tried to make a video, he would pop his face in or do something stupid, and it would throw me off bears. So like if I was to say a point, yeah, and he would do that, then it would throw me off, and I'm trying to focus on what's he doing or what, like just so much different things about him that just threw me off in it. So I would say nah. Okay. He still be trying to text me to this day though. Like last time he texted me was like 3 days ago. He's like, "Oh, hope you're doing okay. Make sure you get some rest." But the first day I came out of sectioning, he texted me with a weird message. He said, "I know." Do you know the eye emoji, the one eye emoji?
Yeah.
He said that, "I know." I don't know what that means. I don't know why he was saying that for. He's a weird guy, but yeah, he said, "I know." And then he texted me again. So after that message that I said, not the "I know" one, the one where he said, "Get some rest," and yeah, he texted me the next day, and he's like, "Why would you say all this stuff on the internet? Nah. But I hope you're well though." Again. Like, I don't know about him, bro. He's a weird child.
There was a lot of people saying online that, yo, like, you would probably be further ahead of... You'll be further in your career and what you want to do without him.
A lot of people have been saying that. Even my mum says that to me. Even my sister said that to me. Even my boys say that to me. So it was just... Because me and him have known each other from young. Like, more... Like, I've probably known him one of the longest out of all my friends, innit? So I was like... I didn't want to just leave him to the side. Like obviously, I like to put guys on in it, so I was putting him on, but he was also trying to be manipulative with everything. He tried to act like my manager. He kept telling people, "Oh yeah, I'm his manager." Like he was dragging it to the point where he just wanted to take control of everything and anything that he could get his hands on.
No, I hear it. But my boy Mizzy, man, thank you for actually coming down, man. Thank you for coming down, because this was a nice little interview, man. I hope that you fuck with this interview right now, so man. So yeah, bro.
I live in reality. Essentially, I didn't get to articulate and formulate my ideas out properly because I'm kind of tired, and I've been tired recently, bro. I literally went to sleep last night at 4 o'clock because I was on the phone to some ting. Bro, I got sucked into them ting trap, bro. The Matrix trap, bro.
Oh, bro.
Can't lie, but no, because I haven't got some in like 6 months. I can't lie. No, big man thing. I've been thirsty, innit? Only like recently though, because I've just been focused on my craft and my work, innit? And girls have not been on my mind, innit? Obviously with a child and everything, girls have not been on my mind. But recently, I don't know.
You know, at night time when you're just feeling seedy.
It's seedy, bro. And then I'm just like, this thing's just calling me. So man's bucked her this morning now, and she's just moving mad to man. She's telling me, hey, yo, cut this. We're outside. You already know where it is, yo. It's my boy Mizzy, bro.
Let's get it. Blah.